Hi, everybody. This is Michael, and I have finally completed the minimum viable product. Myself and Thought Bites worked on this for the last few months, and what you're seeing now is just the regular DSheet website, but on it's also a browser. So this is DSheet Thoughtful Intelligence. That's the name I've had in my. I wrote about it in a book. Anyway, I just want to show you how it works and the value this has to me. But every day, instead of focusing on email and other things, I'm looking at my actual goals and dreams and really want to capture that important information so I always have it in the future. And what I have is, I think, something that's fairly simple that anybody could learn probably within 10 minutes. And then they may make up their own. So it's all about planning with keywords, abbreviations, acronyms, that kind of thing. But you codify those in your system the way you want. So if you have a buy list and you want to go buy stuff, I call mine BY, and then I put a colon at the end of that. And then I know exactly what I need to buy. I can just go in here and I can say, okay, buy. I was also putting in at the end means I get to buy now. I'm just going to say milk for the heck of it. And you capture it, and it says it's captured. And then if I want to type in buy, I'm going to go ahead and refresh sometimes. Yeah. This is just the MVP, so bear with it. It may be a little quirky at times, but if I type in buy in and I just do a search now, the very first, well, not the very first thing, but buy milk is on here, and then I'll click it off. But I use it for a lot more than just keeping track of any type of list that I want. I also want to know about what I have that's in the past that I haven't yet done. You can take and update this, and it brings it all to today's date. I just showed you this one for an example, and then you can quickly change the date just by typing in, today, and that'll show up on today's list. And then you have also the present. So you have the past and the present, and then the future screens. The present screen is your screen where you're getting your work done. And what I call this is zero zone. ZZ stands for zero zone. And right now I have 38 things on my today list to kind of look through and try to get some of that done. We'll pick one here, fix, for example. If I want to go back and just type in fix, here's all the items that I need to fix in my house. These are just open items. So they say I have 21, usually around the house, sometimes in my car or something else. And then, so you can see fixes in every one of these, very short things. And then I'll just go through there and knock these things off as I go. And then the ZZ, all you have to do is put ZZ in the actual right here in the actual action, and then boom, it'll always be on that list. ZZ colon. That's how I differentiate my way of planning. You could use something else if you wanted to. In general, there are some standardized ones. What's important is one I use. So WI, come up with that, and there are a ton of them here. So you can see a bunch. And then I also say, okay, recurring stuff that I want to get done, try to get done every day. So it's really good stuff that, I want to do to help myself, whatever. And then, so you can see all of this now, a bunch of recurring, and, just knock those off each day. And then will be a repeat or duplicate. You can duplicate actions in the future, but not for the MVP. And then there also very key is my buy list. Now, we all often have a buy list. We put someplace on paper, in an email or wherever. But with the buy list, this is 132 different items that I had in mind at some point that I need to buy. It doesn't mean I'm going to buy them all now. The way I differentiate that for buy is with the N at the end. So by now, then sorts my list are more like 10 or 11 things. So it's a lot smaller. And then, yes, so we talked about a lot of, these are just a few of the I call them heuristics, but they're acronyms, right? So I put a colon at the end of mine. I'd recommend you do that, but you don't have to. You can search anything.
I'm not sure.
Anything in this database once you put it in, and I can go back and find all my VIN numbers for the vehicles, the license plate numbers, all my passwords are in here, and then I have you can search, and then you can capture. So again, I'm going to just try capture again, and I always do. Here's ZZ, so I know it gets on the list, the present list, the 0 zone list. And I'll say the water yard, and yard is even an acronym that I always use. So I codify that as with this semicolon at the end. So I'll hit capture, does this capture, and then I'll refresh it. And if I want to go and say, okay, yard, here are all my yard things that I would like to do, and I don't have time to do them all the time. But now, when I'm out in my yard and I feel like doing something or I have the time, I guess I grab my phone, because the same thing is on your phone. It's all browser based. It'll work on any device that has an internet connection. And so, yeah, you can see I have a lot of little things to do in the yard. The other thing about this is the MVP, so it doesn't have everything yet, but it's got some other cool features. This is just the home screen. As I told you about update, if you hit update, it updates everything from the past to today, and doesn't take the future stuff and bring it back to the present. It takes everything in the past and brings it up to the present. And then I also have the top 20 thing. So I kind of like this because it tells me, I mean, here I have over 1,000 passwords that are open right now. And then I have many other of these keywords I use very often. And so that's the top 20, and that'll get better over time. We'll make it look a little better. Another cool thing is this. It's a D. It's what I call DSheet. D stands for dog. It actually stands for data, and sheet like a sheet of paper. So that's the name of my company. But here, if I don't want to, if I just want to put in, whatever I want, I don't even have to put them all in, and I hit submit. It then populates, and it's kind of hard to see this resolution, but it then populates those lists for me, and then you just print it. And in this case, we'll have a print feature in the future, but just hit Control P. Typically would be print. I'm going to go ahead and print this right now, but I don't think I have my camera on, but it comes out as a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and the next thing you do with it is, use it as a sticky notes or whatever. I keep mine in my wallet, and I have a pen on me all the time. So that's how I use that. So go back. So that's pretty much it. There is a scoreboard here, and you can see the scoreboard is how many did I complete today, which, not so good today, but I haven't been around my desk that much. And then I added 5 others, and I added some of them because I wanted to show you them. We're eventually going to have analytics, but I think what will be a really interesting feature is we're going to also use this over wireless. So, for example, if you have a beacon, and maybe everybody knows what a beacon is, but it's basically one of those Apple AirTags or a tile, if you've seen those. But I'm going to tie this to your actual system. So, for example, I'll just do search from BCN. I have beacon number 8 and beacon number 9. And when I'm down by my safe in the basement, it actually comes up with a notification on my phone telling me at that very point, because I'm within inches of that little beacon, and it alerts me. Does all sorts of just clever little things. So I think if you use it on a daily basis, you'll take advantage of its sort of its workflow with the present list. That's your list that you said you wanted to work on at this point in time. And we didn't go through that a whole lot, but you can take and make it a little smaller, but you can take and change these dates very easily. Like I showed earlier, you can have a date time clicker if you want. Whenever you click something off from open, it just immediately goes away from the list. And then when you click on an actual action, it brings up details about what it was you captured. So this is the place where I'm going to go visit here in a few days. But anyway, I'll stop there. I greatly appreciate your help in this review. I'm sending this out probably as many as 50 to 100 people in the next few months. But you're welcome to use it forever, and then it'll only keep getting better. Assuming that we continue with the product, and I want to see it continue because it's something I use every day. So thank you.